I am Neela Pushparaj. I'm at the MONTSERRAT Contemporary Art Gallery at my solo show called The Rose. The rose is the quintessential flower which has been documented since 500 BC. It has been mentioned by poets and songwriters. It has been in mythological legends of every religion under the sun. Aphrodite, Adonis, Venus, the Lord Brahma, his consort Lakshmi, everybody has something to say about the roses. The bard mentioned it in Romeo and Juliet. A rose by any other name, everybody knows that quotation. To see roses in one room was my dream, and one can see it here today. The first one is a purple rose. Purple roses have become the vogue now. Every florist has it. Every bridal consultant recommends purple bouquets. It's my daughter-in-law's favorite color, and for her birthday, my son bought her a beautiful bunch of purple roses. This one is done on clay-board, and I like the way it turned out, large and striking, and complementary colors of green and purple. The next one is the garden gems, a bunch of yellow roses with dark leaves. The third one is called You Touch My Soul, and it's a cluster of different colored roses. The fourth one is called Dark Red Roses with a bunch of white flowers behind it and an occasional blue flower. The fifth one is called Forever My Love, and it is my favorite because it is very impressionistic. All four are done on clay-board. The next four are on canvas. The white rose stands for purity. The red rose is to celebrate Monsi's country. It's the Rose of St. George, which is celebrated as a festival in Barcelona. The two purple roses are done on a beige canvas. This was my first attempt at painting on a beige canvas, and it has a much more subtle quality to it. The next one is my favorite rose. I tend to do this color rose in many of my paintings, and I have a sprinkling of water droplets on this particular rose. This large one is a cluster of roses with some purple flowers and white daisies. This one is on paper, which is handmade paper. It is heavy with a deckled edge, and it's a bouquet of flowers with roses and irises. Again, the theme is roses and daisy-like flowers all over. It's a joy to look at this particular painting because no matter where you look at it from, whichever angle, it's cheerful and heartwarming. This one is a bunch of roses with some weeds interwoven between it. The blue rose is significant because my name Neela means blue in Sanskrit, and there are some blue roses in India named after my name, or I am named after them. I don't know which became first. This one is a whimsical rendering of roses with faint branches interwoven in the background. And I called it the rose of my dreams. The next painting is called Blossoms Galore, and here and there one can spot a rose among a plethora of flowers. This painting is one of roses, daisies, and apples. The yellow roses admixed with apples make two of my favorite things, and is done in my usual style of picking out shapes after throwing color on a wet paper. This somewhat abstract painting has a single yellow rose with whimsical looking flowers scattered around. Another bunch of roses with daisies. This one has yellow to pink roses and orange to white daisies. These pink roses are some of my older paintings, but one that is done in my usual style of putting paint on the paper and then looking for shapes of flowers. A small painting of 3 roses is also one of my earlier works. There is a story about pink roses in India. It was soon after I was, I think, 8 years old or something like that, there was a bunch of pink roses with a beautiful scent growing all over India, and you could buy it at all the flower markets. It was called the Prince Edward Rose, named after Edward VIII, who ruled for less than a week, I guess. Some blight destroyed all of the pink roses in India. It's no longer available. And that was such a shock, because that rose is the one from which they used to get attar of roses, the perfume essence. This painting is the only one of climbing roses. I was doodling these purple roses on the board, and I decided to do a teal background, which is watercolor ink. The painting turned out very interesting. This last painting is one of roses with a background of cacti, because I had been traveling in the Southwest and looking at cacti all over the place. I decided to combine my favorite flower with my favorite cactus plants. It is subtle in its colors, and the cacti are quite impressive, even though the roses are competing with it. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to show my work. I am at the MONTSERRAT Contemporary Art Gallery.